My wife is on her way home to confront me for cheating. I never have. How should I handle this? Story 1. Been married 7 years. I'm unsure of the motivation behind her recent decision to begin doing this. I never engage in anything that could be construed as suspicious, and the very idea baffles me. The night before, my grandfather and I shared a meal and a few drinks. Even though I had my phone on vibrate, she called it 5 times in a span of 5 minutes. After 3 minutes, I called her again, and when I did, she went into a panic. She was saying that she knew I was cheating the whole time, and this demonstrates that she was right. When I got home, she was already in bed. This morning she texted me saying that we are going to talk about the fact that I have been cheating on my partner tonight. She is currently on her way back home. What action should I take? It should come as no surprise that I spent the entire time with my grandfather by my side. Why would she all of a sudden begin to suspect that I'm cheating? It's just been getting worse and worse. During the course of this conversation, I'm at a loss for words. Update. Talk never happened. She confined herself to the bedroom and locked the door. Never once spoke a word to me about it. When I eventually go in there to go to bed, it's going to be a very embarrassing situation. You won't find me in the guest bedroom. As an update, I want you to know that I was watching a show when I walked by the bedroom during an odd part and made a joke about it. She laughed, and we carried on a light conversation. After that, I realized that it was safe for me to go to bed, so I did so shortly after that. Right now, I'm in my bed. She is currently sleeping, but earlier she pretended to be asleep by shifting her body into various fetal positions several times before falling asleep. I have no doubt that she was awake. Many thanks for all of the guidance, but after hearing it, I'm not sure what to think. It's possible that she wants out of the relationship, that she's being unfaithful, that she's feeling neglected, or that she's crazy. I'm aware that it must be one of those, but they all appear to have happened so suddenly. The idea that something like this could happen to us at this point is completely incomprehensible to me because of how confident I have always been in our relationship. If I do figure it out, I'll be sure to let you know. This is the most popular post I've ever had, so it's impossible for me to respond to each and every one of the comments. I hope this is the last update. I'm grateful for the feedback. I'm sorry, but I can't get back to each of you individually. After our conversation this morning, I feel as though everything is alright between us. She claims that she has been experiencing feelings of insecurity ever since a few months ago, because I chose not to go on the vacation that we had been invited to by her parents for 2 weeks. She is going on the trip with our child because she really wanted to go. It all started with her having the suspicion that I might be deceiving her, and from there it went from bad to worse. It got progressively worse every time I was late getting home from work, went out with my friends, or was too exhausted to participate in intercourse. To add insult to injury, just recently one of her coworkers' husbands was caught cheating on his wife. She also claimed that I have been cold toward her and our son, who is now 6 years old, for many years, and she believes that I drink too much alcohol, because that's who I am. I've always been like that. I told her I'll do better. I have faith in her word, and I do not suspect that she is dishonest or insane. Thanks again guys. I promise to keep you updated on any developments. Story 2. Suspicion that the wife is having an affair. The day shift is what my wife works. She leaves work at 3, and she is typically in the house by 3:20. She started bringing up this coworker's name in almost every conversation, typically around something amusing that he had said then. As soon as she realized that I was not laughing, she began talking about his wife. Even though she was not actually having a conversation with her, she was merely mentioning the fact that he is married. After a week had passed, she started talking about him and the guidance that he was offering her once more. The conversation then moved on to him praising her for the way she was dressed. When we were together a couple of weeks ago, she was simply telling me about her day, and then she started laughing and telling me a great tale about her and this man. I maintained my composure. Since that time, she has not once mentioned him to anyone. Since she started talking about this guy, She has been coming home a couple times a week well after 4 in the afternoon. And she always smells like boy's perfume. Yesterday, she stated she was going out with her sister for an hour. But she was gone for 4 hours. And when she returned, her hair was different. And she smelled like boy's cologne. She was aware that I could smell it. And even though I didn't say anything, she claims that she sprayed my cologne on her before she left. This is a lie, as I purposefully smelled her as she walked out the door, and she smelled like body spray with a floral scent. Furthermore, both of my colognes were still in the bathroom after she had left, indicating that she did not take one of them with her to use after she had left. We are actively making efforts to start a family. Since her tubes have already been tied, we are just starting the process of getting ready for the in vitro fertilization procedure. I just bring it up because, if she is still playing games with me after all these years, well, I just don't know. Other factors to consider. A few months back, we had the notion of having a threesome, and she was the one who came up with the concept of having another woman join us. After that, she downloaded POF and began her search. A few days later, I decided it would be a good idea to pick up her phone and check out what she had been looking at on it. She had looked at about 12 different gals and about 60 different guys. I lost it and just freaked out. We battled. Yada yada. I first confronted her on a kinksex social media site around 5 years ago, a dating site. I lost my cool and she quickly apologized thereafter, etc. I have no idea what to think or do right now. If I confront her with an accusation of cheating, she will either shut down, shout, or act in some other manner, as if I'm demeaning her. She has also been overprotective of her phone as of late, trying to prevent me from taking a look at it. It's not even like I snoop, or imply or accuse in any way right now. She simply said, "Don't touch my phone." And then she spent the next 5 minutes closing down all of her applications and, as far as I can tell, erasing her browsing history and everything else. From where I'm seated, I'm able to see it. What do I do? If what you say is true, it will destroy me utterly broken down. Edit. I just sent her a text message informing her that I want to talk to her when she gets home and requesting that she come home without delaying. I expressed that I was interested in going grocery shopping, her usual reason for coming home late. Will provide an update after 3 this afternoon. Edit 2. Just wanted to make sure they got home okay from the day she was out with my wife, so I sent her sister a message on Facebook. According to her, she arrived at home at 6:30. This indicates that she parted ways with my wife sometime around 5 o'clock in the evening, or possibly even earlier, given that her commute home takes approximately an hour and a half without any breaks. In order to come home by 7 o'clock, this meant that my wife had to be out by herself for at least an hour and a half. She explained to me that her sister had kept her out, and that the children looking at the toys had kept her out for such a late hour. WTF. Edit 3. During her break, we simply had a conversation over the phone. Because of the shopping, she was already upset and on the defensive. Kept assuring me that the shopping would be her responsibility and indicating that we only had a certain amount of money. I informed her that wasn't the case and that I want to carry out her request. Her voice sounded extremely irritated. In a couple of hours, we'll reassess the situation and see where we stand. Already, I have a hollow sensation within me. Story 3.